Then we continue to follow this first day of a strike at dozens of East and Gulf Coast ports. Tens of thousands of dock workers are on the picket line, including here at the Port of Virginia. It's the International Longshoremen's Association's first coast-wide strike in nearly 50 years. The ILA is seeking higher wages and a ban on the use of some automated equipment.
And a prolonged strike could increase prices for a range of goods. Joining us now with more on this is Peter Shaw, Professor Emeritus of Business Administration at Tidewater Community College. Thanks for helping us make sense of all this. The head of the union said that he will, quote, cripple you when talking about the economy. How much of that is just bargaining and how much of that is actually true?
Well, the strike zone is from Maine down to Texas, which is about 50% of all the import-exports to the nation. So that's a pretty big chunk that they can do damage. My hunch is, though, both sides want to get this resolved quickly. You get 47,000 ILA workers who are not going to get paychecks during the strike. They'll get strike money, but that's a fraction. And you're going into the holidays.
Right.
Okay. Obviously, the ports want to open it up. The shippers want to open it up because the shippers have said that for every day there's a strike, it's 5 to 7 days it takes to recover. So you do a 1-week strike and you're looking at close to 7 weeks to recover. Wow. That's expensive.
Right. And how are Virginians and everyday Americans going to be impacted by this? Are we going to notice anything at the grocery store?
I believe if it's within a 2-week period, I don't think you're going to see much. Although I think after 2 weeks and we get into a month or longer, it's a different game, and I think you'll see some cost increases.
We had you in here a couple weeks ago talking about cooling inflation. We finally see things heading down. Does this, though, have the impact to send inflation shooting back up at all?
It has the potential. If the strike goes out in an elongated period and there's shortages, you can count on prices going up. And you can count on an inflation spike in the food industry and other industries as well.
And if this goes on for a prolonged few weeks, if there is an impasse, could this also have an impact on the presidential election?
Yeah, I'm sure that some voters who are independents on the margin there, they're going, wow, we got a president who's close to the unions and he can't get them to settle. That can become quite an issue, I'm sure. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Right.
So I see incentives on both sides to get this done quickly.
Yeah. I think most people are hoping for a quick resolution to this. In the meantime, if you say it's a week or less, most Virginians aren't really going to notice it.
Yeah, I think inside of 2 weeks, you're not going to really notice it because they have stockpiled. A lot of the companies have stockpiled. Last June, they realized they didn't think there was going to be a solution, so they started stockpiling over the summer. Your retail is already stockpiled for Christmas. They ordered back in spring. They got it in over the summer. It's already in their warehouses.
Okay. We'll be watching closely. Peter Shaw, thank you for coming on tonight.
My pleasure.
And we'll be right back with more news coming up after this.